Yo, what is good YouTube? It's your boy Bingle Bob, and I'm back with another video where I'll be reviewing all the new revealed Snowshade cards and my opinions on them. I'm going to be going over their effects, why I think their effects are good or bad, possible tech you could use with previous cards that have been already out or that have already been released already, and all of that. So if you want to see all that, stay tuned to the end of the video, and remember there are timestamps in the description if you want to hear my opinions on a certain card or just want to skip straight to the tech yapping. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting with the Specteris Champion of Athena. It is a 4/2 1-cost lunar. It says a Specteris gets +1 attack for each of your opponent's face down runes. You can Nexus a lunar. If you do, the Specteris will pop a back row and it can't attack for the rest of the turn. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. This Specteris unaffected by opponent's counter runes until the next turn. So this card, as I misread it there purposely. Basically, I think this card is like really good. Getting +1 for each back row is incredible, especially the current format is people are setting a lot of back row because what is your opponent gonna do? There's no hurricane, right? I mean, it doesn't hurt to set a lot of back row, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think this card is gonna benefit off of playstyle, right? Like if it's like if you've played against this card enough, you're gonna be okay. I need to watch out for Specteris. It's gonna be a troubling card. But if we're new to the format and we're not used to Specteris, I think this card is gonna be good. I think this card is gonna be better for people that don't expect it, right? If people don't know you're playing Athena, they won't probably expect this card, right? But if you are playing Athena, they probably are going to expect this card and play around it by setting less back row. But by doing that, they're playing into a card that you might not even have in hand or see for the entire game, and then you benefit off of them having less back row. So this is like a mind trick card. I like to look at his Gloombat. For example, I was play testing against Elestrals Realm. Shout out to him and his Lunar deck for getting top 16 at Card Party. But he ran Gloombat, and when I tested against him, the whole time I'm like, okay, I need to watch out for Gloombat. He never had Gloombat in hand once, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm playing against this card that could screw up my whole game plan if I set all this back row. But if I don't, then like if I set like one back row, then I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. So I think this card is actually good in that factor. But the text that the fake text that I read was like, it's probably not going to attack. It's probably going to be like you Nexus and it's going to get a Gorgon's Gaze, and then like your opponent will deal with it next turn pretty easily because it has 2 defense. But yeah, that's my general thoughts on the card. And it is a bug, so gotta remember that's Anti-in support, and we're pretty much getting a new Anti-in that's confirmed with the Alchemy box, which I think is going to be Demeter or Dionysus. We don't know yet, but yeah, super hyped for that. And then the next card is Komalice, Champion of Athena. It is a 4/4 1-cost lunar. Great stats, by the way. It says you can Nexus 1. When this Komalice receives 1 or more lunar and a Nexus, you can search your deck for a Champion of Athena with an enchantment cost up to the number of lunar enchanting this Komalice and add it to your hand. So what's great about this card is you can automatically search for a 2-cost Champion of Athena as of playing it, right? Because when you Nexus effects, you're guaranteed gonna search for a 2-cost, right? That's your maximum you can search for. But you can also search for a 1-cost, right? This card is actually really good because number one, the great stats, and it covers all 3 costs of Champion. It covers all that in the search, right? So for example, it's similar to a card like Jolton Champ, where like it can search 1 cost, but it can also search 2 and 3 costs if you want. And this card does the same thing. Now, are most Athena cards spectral for what we've seen? Yes. So can Komalice just search them anyways? Yes, but this one is a Champion Athena, so it might get certain boosts that base Komalice might not get, and it has better stats. So that's really up to you whether or not you want to run both of them. I think maybe both Komalice could butt heads, but I also think they could coexist. It's really hard to tell. I'd have to test Athena to really know. But yeah, I think this card is great. I think the stats are great, and I think it's a good searcher. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if I can say the same about this Corviskul. You guys can get heated in the comments, but I think the Corviskul champ is pretty garbage. But I'll explain why, actually. I want to plead my case before you guys, start yelling at me. But it's a 3/5 1-cost lunar. It says when you cast this Corviskul, you can nexus the lunar. When you do, you can target and destroy face down rune. When this Corviskul is destroyed in battle, you can target a champion of Athena in your underworld and put it at the top of your deck. So let's go over the good effect, right? Next thing to pop a rune, that's automatically going to need a response, right? It's only face down runes, so like it's limited in that factor, but I think that's a good way to balance it. If it was just rune, that would be crazy. But yeah, number one, the effects, just to nexus and destroy face down isn't horrible. But I won't say that this card will not just get negated immediately. I think it has the same fate as the Specteris, right? It's gonna be like something you have to play around. It's gonna be like a card where it's like, okay, I really, really have to play around this card because I don't want to be equal-linked turn 1 or turn 2, So, and it's a 5, so it can stick pretty easily, right? But the issue is, yes, it's a 3/5, which we actually never really see. We see 2/5 a lot, but never really 3/5s. 3/5 are good stats. But I have a feeling, Dionysus Madness is going to be really good against this card because you're like, okay, you pop one of my back row, but you didn't pop the Dionysus Madness, or I chain the Dionysus Madness as you pop it, and then you're forced to attack and lose your guy, which it actually has a benefit, right? So I don't know if this was intentional, but it has a counter to Dionysus Madness by being able to do a recycle on the champion of Athena from what I'll put at the top of the deck. So you're preventing your next draw if it was good or something. Or like if somehow you foretell, no, your next draw is good, this can kind of prevent getting that good draw. And I think Komalice can consistently search new 1-cost or just a champion Athenas in general to where like you probably wouldn't need this. But yeah, I mean, it's not horrible, right? I think the fact that if it were to get enraged and then crash, like say, in your damage step, enrage your Corviskul, it does have a counter to that. Like, you still benefit. It's like, well, at least I get to put something that's on my deck, right? So, again, I don't know if that was the purpose of the second effect. I think it was just because it wanted to match the original Corviskul, but at the same time, it works in its favor. So, it's like fine. I think the Specteris Komalice are better. I just think that there are going to be better 1-cost in this. If there's not, like, it's not a horrible option, right? It nexuses, which is what you want to do, right? So that obviously works with Athena, being able to swap things to defense and attack. But yeah, looking like a cool card. The last 2 cards that we have are 2 artifacts. We're going to start with the Shield of Athena. This is a 2-cost lunar artifact that says when you cast this Shield of Athena, I cannot pronounce that first word. I'm not even going to try. You can enchant lunar to it. The Empowered Elestral gets +1 attack, +3 defense. While this Athena is enchanted, the Empowered Elestral is unaffected by opponent's card effects that suppress. Oh my gosh, this card's crazy. So number 1, we'll just start with the enchanting, right? You get to enchant 1, which allows you to have it as a Nexus bank, but also still have the 2 spirits on it, which I think is really nice. And then on top of that, the +1/+3 is like fine, right? I think it works great with Athena, right? Because if you want to swap some of these to defense, you're in a good spot because it gets that +3. To cards that would usually be weak in defense, boom, now you have the higher defense to protect against certain things, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I think the defense is actually beneficial just because Athena's easily able to switch stats, right? But when Athena is enchanted, the Empowered Elestral is unaffected by opponent's card effects that suppress. So, from reading this, I don't think it says it's immune to suppression from cards. I think what it's saying is like any card that has the word, that would suppress something, it's just immune to the entire card. If the latter is the case, this card is crazy. If it's just immune to suppressing, then it's like okay. It just counters Artemis hard. That's the whole point of it. But I assume it counters Gorgons because it has the Gorgons on the design. So with that in mind, this card's crazy because yes, it's not aggressive, but I mean, being able to just be Gorgons proof is pretty crazy, especially on a card like, I don't know, Tarot Stale, which can burn every turn, and a card that your opponent would probably want to be Gorgons. And you're just going to put this on the Terracell. It's a 10 defense now. And you're going to say, no, you're not going to Gorgons. You're actually going to burn 3. And you get to enchant 1 to it, so you get to Nexus the 1. It is an all-around good card. It goes with a lot of cool cards. And yeah, I think it's really good. The Spear of Athena, I don't know if I can say the same thing. It is a 2-cost lunar artifact rune. It says the Empowered Celestial gets +3 attack, +1 defense. When the Empowered Celestial declares an attack, you can Nexus 1. If Athena is enchanted, you can Nexus up to 2 instead. So, this card is interesting because the +3 is incredible. No doubt, right? And then the +1 could probably get some cards out of Cryoblast range. I don't know how many it can do that for, but it could probably do that for like Specteris, right? Specteris, you can make an absolute tank because, you know, you go +3, then on top of, you know, maybe the minimum +1, +2 your opponent might give you with their face downs, and then, you know, it's a 3 defender, right? So it gets out of Cryoblast range, which is pretty cool, right? But, you know, on top of that, with the defense, you know, the attack is just great. I think +3 in general, you know, I think we've gotten immune, you know, or used to, I should say, is the better term, to, you know, just 3 attack. I think +3 is incredible. That's Zeus or Demeter buff right there, just keep in mind. And then the Nexus is like fine on its own, but I think with Athena it goes crazy because, like, when you Nexus from Athena, you can switch an Celestial to attack position. So say you play Spear on a defense guy, say it got Dazed or Tsunami and you already switched it, you go Nexus effect and then boom, switch back to attack, or you could Nexus to Athena to switch somebody to defense to hit over with the +3 attack. There's just a lot of cool synergies you make with this card. Now, I don't think the Spear is as good as the Shield. I think the Shield, even though it's more defensive, I think it being immune to Gorgons is incredible. Gorgons being the best card in the entire game, hands down. And Spear being like good. I think it's just good. I think it's like fine. I think like you run one of these or two. If there's a searcher for the artifacts, that's even better, and this card becomes even better, but I think it's just okay. And yeah, that is gonna do it for all the announced cards. Now we get to go on to the tech that could be used with some of these cards. Now I've already gone over some of the tech you can use. For example, the Specteris champ could go great with Gloombat, which I talked about earlier. Gloombat I think is an amazing card, and it just gets better with this one, which also benefits off counters or face down runes, which, you know, they may butt heads in a way because, like, say, you know, if you go Gloombat pop a back row by disenchanting, you're making your Specteris weaker. But I think the special cast on top of the guy that also, like, just a ton of cards that get boosted off a back row, I think is really good. I think they have cool, like, you know, they're similar in that way, and I think that's why they work kind of good together. And also, like I mentioned earlier, bug support. It is a bug, so like you get bug support with this guy. Not to say that like he's incredible with bugs, because he's not special castable like the other Specteris champ, but I think like he's still good. I think he's just a generically good bug you could have in your deck. I mean, even without the Lunar Nexus, you could just have a huge attack, right? It's like Zip Possum, I think its name is. And yeah, so it's pretty similar to that, but even better, because it's a 4, it can go to an 8 rather than a 7. So yeah. And then you have the Komalice. So like, I think, you know, it's good. I think, just like I said, that it will feel weird with the OG Komalice. Like, oh man, all these champion Athenas are spectral, which I'm searching with Komalice base, but like, this one could have did it, but better, right? And then it's like, well, what about for the champion Athenas that aren't spectral, or what about the spectral cards that aren't champion Athenas? You know, you just gotta. I said the same thing twice, I think. But my point is, like, they fit their niches together if they're in the same deck. But I also think the niches probably aren't big enough to where you want to run both of them. Could be wrong. It is a great champion searcher, I gotta say. Like, don't downplay this card, guys. Please do not. Out of all the champion Athenas we've seen so far, please do not downplay this card. This card is great. I just gotta say. Then we have the Corviskul, which I am personally downplaying. Which, as I read it, I'm like, okay, maybe this card isn't so bad after all. But like, I think it's good. It's just like, I think the Komalice and Specteris are better. Like, you definitely want to see those more. The reason I say that is because Komalice can search all your champions, and Specteris is a good aggressive card. Compared to Corviskul, which yes can pop a back row, but what's it matter if you have the shield, which just says, hey, your Gorgons do nothing. Which yes, you're still susceptible to shield. I get that, but I feel like the pop one back row like isn't that crazy. And like sure, if it gets enraged, it has something it can benefit off of. But again, like I said, it's like fine. I think 3-5 is incredible stats, right? Great stats, right? And please prove me wrong. If you're like, okay, well, think about it like this, or like, you know, like your opinions are like, I get what you're saying, but I think that's just wrong. And just go in and comment down below, because like I'm willing to hear feedback. Cause I really want to play Athena, and I want to just get all the knowledge I can over these cards. So yeah. But with that being said, the Corviskul, not Smith, is good. I think it's alright. And then we have the shield. Like I said, if I'm reading this right, this card's crazy. If it's just immune to suppression, I feel like it would have been worded different. And the fact that it's worded the way it is, I think it works how I think it does, where like it's immune to Gorgons. Which this card's just gonna be revolutionary. I mean, you go like player Gertrumbra, I think it's his name. Yeah, the Searcher, and then you go like play the shield on it. Now it can't be Gorgons. Like, sure, you lose the 2-3 spirit to put on it, but I mean, you're paying 2 to guarantee your ascension probably into like 4 back row or something, right? And then the Spear of Athena, I think, is like a lot of investment to play aggressive. Like, I think you're just putting all your eggs in one basket when you play this card. Like, you're going crazy. Yeah, sure, the 3 tech is great. Don't get me wrong, but it is very susceptible to shield, because artifacts have always been susceptible to shield. There are cards that have gone around that. This is not one of those artifacts. But I also think like it's just, I don't know, I wouldn't say a card that doesn't fit Athena, because we haven't seen the whole archetype yet. But I think it's just good. I think it's just good. Also, something I forgot to say in the last video, which I thought was pretty apparent, was, you know, Circle the Sky and Ultra Stars work great with this deck. I mean, we don't have to see the rest of the archetype to know that. Circle the Sky, guys, listen. You may have been told that Circle the Sky is garbage, which I was also told the same thing. I believed the same thing for a while. Let me tell you, that's not true at all. Actually, Circle the Sky goes crazy in the right deck, right? In the wrong deck, it's like fine. In the correct deck, like a Nexus-based deck like this one, drawing 1 and then nexusing something you already want to do is incredible, guys. Like, you know, it is great. I just gotta say that. Like, obviously, Circle the Sky in a non-Nexus deck, back in base set, we all got the, you know, opinion that, okay, this card's garbage, but like now, I think it is definitely going to see a comeback, if it hasn't already. And Alter Stars has always been good, right? Yeah, Alters alter, right? It's always good, right? But at the same time, it's also like Dionysus Madness kind of can counter this deck. Dionysus in general can counter Athena, in my opinion. But yeah, so definitely watch out for that if you're playing Athena. Like, I think Dionysus is going to get support this set, and I think it just counters the deck really hard. But that's all I have to say for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another review of the new cards. And yeah, that's going to conclude it. I'm Binkle Bob, and goodbye.